at the moment. As we said, if he loses this game, he will be out of the tournament. Whoever loses this matchup will be out of this FUT Champions Cup.
He's on the wrong track now, isn't he, Joey? He's
a goal, something to get him feeling good again, feeling good about his feet. Could this be that chance?
He's in the 10th round. And he's been knocked down, but he's not been knocked out yet. Can he fire back with a haymaker?
Just took the shot with Vieira. For the man you don't want to take a shot with. There were so many red shirts in and around the box there. Added time of just 2 minutes. As we said, Tech still in the lead. 2-0 up at the moment. Both players 1 and 2. 1 win, 2 defeats. For him, I'm sure he'll just be wanting to play into half-time for Tech. We go half-time between the two. We'll have a look at the match stats. I mean, Joey has come forward a little bit more. But other than that, still 0-0, which is the important thing for Tex.
2 shots, 1 on target, and 1 shot, 0 on target there for Tex.
But this is what we expect to see, a change of tactics for Joey.
Again, the width and the depth being increased on the slides there from Joey. Wouldn't be surprised to see a potential change of the further instructions and game plan down the line as well, maybe.
Will be not staying back while on attack. He's underway. He's going to be balanced. He's just been outnumbered. 25 minutes to keep your tournament alive for Ajax, Joey.
It's a great indication of how you want this half to go, though. Holly nicking the ball off Hex in the midfield.
You can already see he wants to get involved a lot more as well. If you're going to come out Vieira, you have to make that tackle. Lucky enough to have Bronto is there. We'll go back for a free kick anyway. Well, it's just like that. Tex could have been through. The centre-back was pulled out of Vieira. Joey would have been in serious danger of conceding another one and being 3-0 down. It's Tex once again, Mbappe.
So Maldini had to make that.
Otherwise, it would have just fallen onto the foot of R9. Oh, but you can just see how far he's moving on now. He's going to be offside. Lucky he didn't play that pass. Really good from Joey. Here's a chance maybe for him now. Has to be patient on this attack. Simply just cannot rush it. Playing to no one. Plays straight into the man. Look at that run from Mbappe on the far-hand side. Eusebio. Ball around the goalie. And Tex will score again and extend his goal advantage to 3 goals. And you feel like that really is the nail in the coffin for Joey.
Fantastic counter-attack from Tex. He played it onto the edge of the box with Zidane. You wanted to play the one more pass over to the left-hand side, but instead it wasn't meant to be there for Ajax Joey, as you saw a little glimpse of the next game that we are going to be switching over to after this game has finalised. It's going to be Ankara versus Spidercon, currently 1 apiece in that particular matchup.
The exciting thing about it as well, Richard, they're both from Brazil. 11 Brazilians came to this event. Wonder what that 10 stands for. It is Ronaldinho's own esports team that was founded earlier on this year. We joined this game in the second leg. Score is 1-1. Spidercon losing the first game 1-0. Spidercon scoring in this game to make it 1-1. Obviously, Spidercon top 4 finish for him. Stage 1 of the first FUT Champions Cup. Picked up a move to Roma as well, Richard. He was that good. We knew what was at stake for him as well. We spoke to him before the tournament. He said, I have to play well. I need a team. I need to try and represent someone to, make FIFA a full-time thing for me. Did exactly. Got himself AS Roma. And what a move it was.
Yeah, been doing bits recently. Have AS Roma with a number of acquisitions to their roster, alongside Dami and Thelonious.
As we know, the Club World Cup slowly approaching as well. Next week, that will go. Who will be forming in teams? We'll be waiting to see. Certain teams partner up, especially the likes of Ajax, who we just saw there, that have got a handful of players. Free kick to come in. It's going to be a knuckleball. It's going to be a knuckleball. And the Sar had to make that save.
Yeah, pretty tame effort. He ended above the goal, but nowhere really for the goalkeeper to...
I think when you move your goalkeeper as well, if you want to, it's a guaranteed save every time. And if you take that long as well, with the free kick, it does become kind of obvious that you will be taking it direct. This is another matchup in which Spidercon finds himself in a very difficult position compared to the last one where he was simply on fire. All the way until he had to play against Tech.
In the Xbox semi-finals, that was. We are now splitting the games as well, if you're wondering why we're not seeing any PlayStation acts. We're going to play round 4 Xbox, round 4 PS, and then finish the day round 5 Xbox, round 5 PlayStation. So all the players get the deserved time on stream as much as possible.
Here's a counter coming from Icaro. Going back to Hullet. Hullet to Hullet, in fact, as always, to be the way.
Chance for a counter-attack here as well. R9 down his left-hand side from one end of the pitch to the other. Vieira now coming forward. Looks so good in that Roma strip. Number of esports kits in the game as well. Part of the... I know I was looking at SPQR top for a while. One of my favourites with the Gladiator on it. I think it looks really smart in game. But all the kits looking very, very snazzy.
Obviously, SPQ are part of that list to look after some Brazilian players that are here as well. Added time of just 2 minutes. This is not one, but 2 players. Back to R9 again. This is nice from Spidercon, and unfortunately, referee will just call half time. And as you said, played that pass backwards. The referee said, let's call it a day there.
You see the possession super heavy in terms of Spidercon's 62% compared to Icaro is 38%. Team's pretty similar.
It really would be crazy, Richard, if Spidercon goes out this tournament 1-3 after what we saw in the last Champs Cup.
Saw Lucas Rat.
We did.
He made a semi-final.
Where's he now?
Sitting on the sidelines.
He's out the tournament. Stefano Pina backed him to go and make the Contour final. 0-3. Lots of upsets happening here in Bucharest. You can see Roma Spidercon joint third at the moment on the Xbox leaderboard. That's because, as we said, he had a top 4 finish. 830 Global Series points as well we picked up along the way. 45 minutes left. One of these two's tournament campaign here in Bucharest, Romania. As it's an elimination matchup. Score currently does sit at 1-1. Icaro obviously represented R10, Ronaldinho's personal esports team. Handful of players as well from Team R10 in this tournament. At least 3 or 4 of them, all Brazilian as well.
Alongside with Scuff Gaming. R10.
Really has been on Spidercon this game, though. We saw at half-time 62% possession for the Brazilians. You can see it on your screen now. Here he's going to have another attack in front of us. Cruyff. Expect that to go back to your saver. Went back to Hullet instead. A little bit of magic there from Edwin van der Sar.
Really smart save there. Up the back heel. Sort of stuff that I dream about on Christmas Eve. Magical. Inside the box.
Didn't expect the pass to actually fall to Hullet on the edge. Hullet had the chance. And needed an incredible acrobatic save from the icon himself in Edwin van der Sar. Always find it interesting as well with Spidercon. Doesn't want a coach, doesn't need a coach. Every player has their own way of playing. Oh no, that's nearly an interesting one there from Spidercon. When he played that chip pass back to Blanco was Not sure what the press was going to be like from our car on the other side. Every single time he's loving it on this left-hand side of Spider-Con. Just getting players driving down the line. He knows it's a chance wasted for him. Ball was offside there. It was R9. Trying to just pick.
This is the stress of an elimination match as well. You can see both players doing it very differently.
Caro, Cristiano Ronaldo, done so well there. A little scoop turn into the ball roll.
Yeah, that's just the iteration this year on FIFA that we're playing with the skill moves. When you change skill moves back to back, you will get that error. Yeah, let's go into the scoop.
Oh, no, just bundled down in the box. Referee waves that one away. So Spider-Con was thinking, ref, penalty. Still in possession, though, is the Brazilian. Ronaldo with the shot. An easy save in the end. Pause cues by Caro, who's in possession right now. Maybe he wants to bring on some fresh legs in the last 25 minutes. Will we need extra time once again? Because we've seen it so many times already. Elimination football here in Bucharest, Romania. This is only round 4. Round 5 is going to be even spicier. That's the mistake!
Look at the reaction from him.
Spider-Con could only just look over and glance.
What on earth is that? I think the goalkeeper spilled it inside the box. We'll have to see the replay. As soon as this pause has...
Well, we cued the pause before the chance. Next thing you know, that ball is just nestling in the back of the net. With literally, 15 minutes, 20 minutes left, if that, for Spider-Con, Richard, to try and put himself back into this matchup.
No time at all, really, for Spider-Con. There's Caro with a huge smash and grab there. I think the ball just got played inside the box, and then it seemed as though the goalkeeper spilled it, maybe, or there was a...
Made. He's just trying to look at the team as well. 4-2-3-1. It will see at the moment. It might be 1-1 in this game, but it is 2-1 overall on aggregate to Caro. His first event of the year.
Oh, I think it was Van Dijk. The goalkeeper didn't really get his hands on it, and Van Dijk just got in front of him. Very, very messy goal inside the box. But it doesn't matter for Caro one bit.
21 minutes left for Spider-Con to show us a little bit of magic. The magic that got him a top 4 finish. Just 10 days ago here in Bucharest, the exact same location in which he was flawless in day 1. Got his 3 wins with ease. Vieira just pushed that one through to Messi. Rushed the pass. This is where you'll see a complete change of play from Caro, I'm sure. We'll look to try and see this game out now and hold possession.
It's the perfect way to see the game out. Score another goal. Seal the deal.
Outscore your opponent. Mbappe on this left-hand side. The touch was too heavy. He's still in possession, the Frenchman. Back to Eusebio. Van Dijk falls back to Van der Sar. Get rid of it.
I don't know what on earth happened in the box there. Brandon's voice heightened in pitch as the drama escalated. Oh, such a wasteful pass.
Spider-Con knows it as well. 10 minutes left. Caro looks so dangerous in the attacking third. Little dummy there from Eusebio. Still in possession. Is the Portuguese icon as he nods. He's still in possession. He's still in control of this matchup. Ronaldo. Back to Mbappe. Which way is he going to go? Van der Sar gets the right way.
Big paw from Van der Sar to send that out. Put Van Dijk on the corner. Now Neymar. And a pause.
See Spider comes laughing as well. Every single second he's trying to make count is Icaro. Just see that again. It was very, very, very defensive there from Icaro. Everyone's going to be back, sitting back.
I think it was 2 on width, 1 on depth, or one on width, 2 on depth. I didn't see the way around it was, but I mean, I would be the exact same with 7 minutes left in the game.
Chance to keep yourself in the competition as well, Richard. This will be 2 and 2.
Mateus coming out at the cam there. I'm sure that's stay back while attacking. He's going to have on his 2 CDMs on his centre attacking middle to come back on defence.
I'd love to get inside Pro's mind right now. You've 8 minutes left. You're 2-1 down in an elimination match to keep yourself in this tournament. You're thinking, I will get a chance. I will have one more chance if I could just get back the ball. I can't honestly see Icaro giving it up. There we go. He does give it up eventually. Deflection off Sam Brotter as well. Came to Neymar. As we said, whoever loses this gets eliminated from the tournament. It's funny what just under 2 weeks can do in competitive FIFA. Top 4 players potentially being knocked out of the tournament. Is that going to fall back? Oh no, he just couldn't play a switch onto him. Here's Vieira though. Mbappe, back to R9. And the Saab. Heroic.
Icaro openly shouting at his goalkeeper there.
Carlos Alberto. He's done very well to get himself out of that Spider-Con. There's a moment to clutch up. This is the moment to do so, and in time of 2 minutes. Will he get the ball back? I honestly don't think it's going to happen, and Icaro could be on the verge of going 2 and 2 and keeping himself in this tournament. Spider-Con from top 4 10 days ago to going out in Swiss in day 1.
How the mighty have fallen in a matter of 2 weeks. Lucas Rep, top 4 finish, out of the competition at 0 and 3. Spider-Con, top 4 finish, now seconds away from being eliminated at 1 and 3.
And this has so much more on it than a game of FIFA, Richard. 2 Brazilian players up against each other. Icaro will do enough. We're waiting for the referee's full-time whistle. He wants another goal to celebrate. He'll get another goal to celebrate. And a huge valour, I'm sure, pours out in that player's area. Icaro will remain in the competition, Richard Buckley, and will move on into round 5 of Swiss with a 2 and 2 record.
He'll be moving on, and Spider-Con will be falling out of the tournament here. You can see a number of South American players there crowded around him, including Iago Fafilza, all there with Icaro from R10. Big performance. Big performance.
There we go. That's the full-time whistle. Massive performance as well. And it really is crazy, you know, what can happen between the 2 different tournaments. For me, I'm putting it down to we've got 40 new faces in this tournament, including 11 Brazilian players. Obviously, not all of them are new. We're looking at maybe about 7 or 8. There's all these Brazilian players that, personally, for me, I've never really seen before. Icaro, I've never seen him. First major we've seen him at, he's just knocked out one of the household names from that Brazilian scene in competitive FIFA. He may have got a move to Roma, but unfortunately, his tournament is over in day 1.
I think a number of the players right now in this tournament feel like they've got something to prove. It's their first opportunity, really, on a global stage in FIFA 20. They feel as though potentially the first event, the qualifying was a little bit too early, and they couldn't really adapt to what the game was. Whereas now we've had an event under our belt. People are starting to adapt. People are starting to perfect even certain aspects of the game. You've got players who we said didn't look great in the first event, now much better. Players like Mo Alba. You see players who are coming in to FIFA 20 who had an unbelievable FIFA 19.
Yeah.
Stefano Pina knocked out of the competition.
0 and 3.
Even Tex at 2 and 2. It's remarkable.
You just don't expect to see it. Of course, we followed the Tex game, didn't we? Tex ensuring he got the win there as well. A massive win as well. Spider-Con out the tournament, but that is round 4 on Xbox concluded. We still got round 4 on PlayStation plus round 5. That is all from myself and Richard Buckley. Throw it back over to Jimmy and the guys.
Thank you, Brandon and Rich. Exciting affair there, round 4. Let's get to the main game. Tex does the business. He does what he does best, which I think is just locking it down on both sides of the ball. Really impressive performance with his back against the wall.
Yeah, definitely. And I think, as we said before, it's somebody that Tex that's been there, someone who's had that experience, someone who knows how good he is, believes in himself. You might say he's not motivated by winning, but he still believes in his own abilities, and that's what definitely came out in that game.
You think he needed a little bit of that pressure to kind of become alive, Mike? Because sometimes you need a little bit of that juice, because it almost, in some ways, was too easy for him.
Well, Fnatic Tex also has a winner's pedigree. I don't think this is the time that he wanted to go out of a tournament early. Not that there ever is that time, but even as much as he's saying he doesn't care, I just feel like he's locked in. He looked very serious, very focused. Didn't look like someone who didn't care about the result.
That's true.
And it's unlucky, really, for Ajax Joey to run into a Tex in this position.
Yeah, look at this ball. Look at this goal in particular. Good composure. Nice little rollovers, I'd like to say. And nice little slot. You make it 3-0.
Yeah,
nice
definitely. And I think we're seeing Ajax Joey's face right there. He knows he's playing against one of the best in the world. And when you're against the ropes and you've got someone who's one of the greatest on this game, then it's not going to be easy. And going 2-0 down, 3-0 down, 4-0 down on aggregate, that's not what you want. And it's just so difficult because that improved.
Look at this goal.
Look how confident he is. How confident.
He wasn't wearing his hood, right? It seems like he got out of non-chill mode. He's like, it's business time. So like, I'm not going to get knocked out in this physical match.
You don't want to see no hoodie Tex.
Yeah, that's right. You don't want to see
that. Is that what I'm hearing?
That's exactly what. Those stats, even though Joey maybe won on corner kicks, that was the only thing that he won on. Good complete performance. And I would be very nervous if Tex in the next round. I just think he's feeling it.
We've got a lot of setups.
We do. We have a lot of setups. But before we get to those, actually, let's talk to the man himself. Tex is with us right now, Mr. Fnatic. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. I'm 1-2, and I don't want to get group. I've been there and I've done that before, so I don't want it to happen again.
Do you feel like you kind of hit a switch and took it to another level for this one because your back was against the wall?
Nah, I just play the game. If I lose, I lose. If I win, I win. Like, first game of the day, I played awful. Against Razak, that's probably the best I played today, and I lost. So it's just the game we play, so you've got to move on.
Now, Tex, you mentioned to me before that you're not motivated by winning, but are you motivated by losing? You don't want to lose, I'm guessing, at all.
I hate losing, I'm not going to lie, but does it motivate me? Nah, I don't want to get grouped, basically, so that's what motivates me, to not get grouped again. So hopefully I can get in knockouts. I don't really care.
And with you being 2-2 now, is there anyone that you, I guess, want to see or don't want to see that potentially you could run into at 2-2?
I have no idea who's 2-2, so if I was to give you a name, there might not be a 2-2. Then I feel quite disrespectful. So, yeah, I don't know who's 2-2.
So, are you going to make any changes going into this 2-2 game? I mean, we could argue anytime you're in a knockout round situation, it's an elimination game, so you're comfortable in these situations. But anything different?
Nah, just as I say all the time, I play the game. If I score more goals than my opponent, I'll win the game. And I've only done that 2 out of 4 times this tournament, so hopefully I can make it 3 out of 5.
Yeah, we're expecting you to do that. No pressure.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Well, congratulations and good luck on the next round.
Cheers.
All right, that's Tex, everybody. I just don't think he wants to reveal secrets.
Does he
I'm trying to get some secrets out of the guys for everybody at home, so we can be like, all right, that's what Tex does.
He's so nonchalant. He just doesn't. Maybe he doesn't care.
I love it. Oh, he does. He does.
Well, even when we were here and he had won the event, he had the Liverpool matchup while we're doing the post show. He's getting the results of everything that's happening. That's just Tex.
I think there's something about wanting that balance. He's talked about that, right? This balance with real life, and I think maybe he's swinging hard the other way to kind of find out where that middle is.
And do you know what? If he can do that, if he can swing really hard the other way and actually just be nonchalant and not care, but just actually understand that the pressure's not on him and still win, then he's got the best of both worlds, surely.
It went from no care text to I don't want to be group text. So we're seeing our shit right now in terms of actually care.
Yeah, sure. And he's got enough points that could arguably already get him into the FIFA World Cup.
But that's not his goal. We're talking about Fnatic Text here. He wants to win event. You want to add, there's a lot of money up for grabs too. I'm sure that helps.
A lot of chatter out there. All right, now let's take a look at all the other scores that happened that we haven't discussed it. We actually don't have those yet, but when we do, you can be sure I'm going to give them to you. It's going to be a lot of fun. So let's talk a little bit more about some of the other players and how they're performing. Seeing SpiderCon go out, really surprising since he finished top 4 in the first major.
I think what we're seeing here in the second event, Bucharest, people are saying the first time there was a lot of closer matchups, a lot of closer score lines, whereas now we're seeing so many more goals. And I think that's much more exciting because it shows that people really want this. People are really putting themselves out there. And if it means they're going to concede a few more, Tech said it, as long as he scores more than his opponent, he goes through. So I feel like some of these competitors here are actually just going for scoring more than their opponent rather than conceding less.
I see. And then Brazilians knocking out a Brazilian there. That's how many Brazilians are at this tournament.
We have tons of Brazilians, and I think it's no longer the elephant in the room that people are just starting like to say, oh, South America's at events and they're making a difference. No, they're dominating a lot of the events. The previous event, 4 out of the final 8, all from South America, and Brazil leads the charge in terms of having people qualify and players that are slightly unknown or maybe not as mainstream that come out and make a run and they're able to progress. They're able to make a difference and kind of create their name or I want to know what's happening in Brazil, basically. I want to know what's going on there because whatever facility they're all training at is working.
Okay, everyone, we're going to take a minute to prepare for the next round. But before we do that, we got something for you. Check this out. It's a recap of this thing that we tried to show you earlier and it didn't work out. It's a lot of fun. Check it out.
If I choose a football player to have a dinner with, it would be Cristiano Ronaldo. He's my idol.
I think that I would choose Cristiano Ronaldo because I'm his biggest fan.
If I could choose a footballer to have dinner with, it'd be Cristiano Ronaldo because he's my favorite player of all time.
It would probably be Cristiano Ronaldo because he's probably the best player in the world.
Gotta be Cristiano Ronaldo. He's one of my idols. I look up to him. He's a great player. He's a great guy.
Probably be Paul Pogba. Yeah, he's probably my favourite football player.
It would be Cristiano Ronaldo. He is my idol. It would be Cristiano Ronaldo because he's my all-time favorite football player and my idol because of that, my game attack and my nickname is Benny07X. So, of course, it would be Ronaldo.
Yeah, I'll choose Cristiano Ronaldo, of course, to get a dinner with me because he's my idol. He's the best player in the world for me. I think he's perfect. He's tall, he's fast, he's strong. His composure, his dribbling, his agility. I think he has everything that a football player needs to be a talent. So I think Cristiano Ronaldo will be my choice.
The FUT Champions Cup is presented by PS4.
Guys go through a lot to deal with shave irritation, so we built the new Gillette Skin Guard with a specialized guard designed to reduce it, because we believe all men deserve a razor just for them, the best a man can get. Gillette.
Welcome to the FUT 20 Champions Cup Stage 1 here, beautiful Bucharest. 3-day tournament, 64 players. We begin today with the Swiss format. Secret 20 is among us.
Julian has to score here. A miss and he's out. And Harry will go through! And Harry makes the save! Today is the winner for every single player, for every single game. It is the knockout. Big chance here for R9, and he's taken it, he's slotted it away. Lucas Rep will move on into the quarterfinals. Here's Vieira, here's the line! Boy, look into the box, he's going to fall to Ronaldo!
Hey, we're ready for our cross-country console final. The big game is nearly among us.
Here's our line. Beautiful from Tex! Fanatic Tex is your champion here in Bucharest.
Here we go to the final day of the first major of the season. We only have 8 players left.
And now we're here in the cross-console final here in Bucharest. And it's going to be Joksam from Epsilon up against F2 Tex. He's saved on that right-hand side. Oh my!
What a header from Ronaldo.
F2 Tex, another huge win at the first DA major. You're one of the best FIFA players in the world at the moment.
Xbox Grand F2 Tech taking on MS Dasari. Colin whips this one in. Oh, yes, Sabio would have won it! Can you believe it? MS Dasari dethrones F2 Tex.
Here we go, this is the grand final.
MS Dasari from Saudi Arabia against Nicholas from Argentina.
Oh, lovely fake shot. Oh, and a lovely goal as well for the man on the away console. MS Dasari once again. Congratulations to the Saudi Arabian.
Welcome to Bucharest. It is day 3, the final day of the third major of the FUT Champions Cup.
I'm going to make a brave prediction here, if I may. But I don't think a German's going to win.
He is playing at the top of his game.
His name are then.
Oh, that is beautiful. That is beautiful.
2 German players in the cross-console final. Will it be Dortmund or will it be Hasser to Vieira to our 9? One more goal and finish this.
The main man, the man of the moment, Dolomite, the first ever German player.
Our youngest ever FUT Cup champion.
Here we go. We're live in Atlanta, Georgia, the Peach State. It's the FUT 19 Champions Cup. And it's Tex and it's Tuga.
Some of the greatest players in the world of football do this move. But to see him do this 4 times,
I honestly never seen a goal like that in competitive FIFA.
That man on your screen, he is the special one. F2 Tex does it again. Look at the pace of Mbappe there towards the back post. In 3, just like that. Blink and you'll miss it.
I really mind what Dasari says. I'm by far the best player in the world. I beat him twice this year. He's beat me once, so I know best.
To Pele, back to Pele again to score and to deliver. He calls himself the king of the jungle and he could be the king of the Xbox here in London.
Using those 2 CDMs to try and find a ball in behind, and Eusebio has found that ball in behind. The shrug of the shoulders there from Maestro, because he's realising he's up against the king of the jungle, and that is MS Dasari.
3-time FUT Champions Cup winner, the reigning world champion, and maybe, just maybe, the best to ever play the game. The Saudi Prince is Rogue MS Dasari.
Welcome back, everyone, to Bucharest, Romania. I'm Jimmy Conrad. We're just about to get into PS4 round 4 of the Swiss formats. It's all going down. I'm here with Richard Buckley and Kyle Walker. Guys, very exciting tournament so far. But I do want to talk about that feature that we just saw at the break, where everybody wanted to go to dinner with Cristiano Ronaldo. What is it? No Leo Messi shouts there?
No Jimmy Conrad
Well,
shouts.
that too. That goes without saying.
Oh.
Let's be honest. But I didn't. Everybody wanted Cristiano Ronaldo.
I think
pretty
it's
surprising.
because with Cristiano Ronaldo, he's more high profile in terms of you see him with so many brands and you see more of his personality.
Sure.
Maybe he's much more extrovert than Messi.
That's fair.
So possibly he wants some fun at their dinner party.
Interesting. I don't know. Any thoughts on that?
I mean, I said Gareth Barry, so you know what?
You're not allowed. You're not allowed to say anybody at this point. All right, now let's take a look back at the results that I promised before for Xbox Round 4 Swiss format. Jamie ended up losing his first match to Diogo. Diogo's still undefeated so far. So is MS Dasari. Took down Megabit 3-2. That is a big match. He continues to push on. He took down Phil. That's his 3rd win. He's going on to the next round. Rasic, Lyrics, 6-1 over Alexander. Thank you very much, Lyrics. Deciding to, I think, probably play his best match of so far as we see Tex taking down Joey with his back against the wall. Spider Kong's going home. Some big results, though.
Shed light on one player in particular, GT Omega Marley. Gone a little bit under the radar. Libby's
In 3, they are going home. Squirrel, great name. Spider, NA, IX Joey, and Juno. So we appreciate them coming out, but sadly, it is time for them to go home.
It is, and that's what can happen. Obviously, these Swiss rounds, if you don't get that 3-0 or you don't get those 3 wins, then you are going home, and it is quite ruthless that on day 1, that's your tournament done.
Just got to show how every single tournament differs as well. A couple of players, Spidercon, semi-finalist, see you later. Lucas Rhett, semi-finalist, see you later.
Yeah.
Every single tournament is so stacked. I think Brandon said we've got 40 new players at this event who weren't at. It's very much, if you get through Swiss, then you can start to really sort to analyse your opponents. But Swiss, it's so competitive. And I think people underestimate how hard it is to get through Swiss.
Yeah, it's fun. I'm actually glad that this competition exists in this way. We used to have group stages way back in the day, FIFA 17. All right, now let's take a look at round 4 for PS4 in the Swiss format. We're going to have some good matchups here, I'm sure. Crazy and Mo Abba both have already gone through, but they're going to be taking on each other for seeding purposes as well as Gravison and Maestro, excuse me. Stokes Tuga's a great matchup. Hugo Harry's very good. Yago a lot of goals in that one. Joxon versus Yimmy, that's an elimination game. Fafilza has 2 losses as well. He's taking on the Greek Freak, which is an excellent user handle.
Bundled Paps as well. I think that's going to be a huge game at the
Yeah,
right there.
and actually that is the one that we're going to be covering. It's going to be Paps versus Fiddle in this one. NA all day, no pressure, Mr. Fiddle. I'm getting myself here. But obviously Bundle has put together a very good team. Paps is one of their star players. And both of them have their backs against the wall. This is an elimination game.
It is. We've just talked about that and how Swiss can be ruthless. You could be going home and you have to really perform. And when you're in this position, someone is going home, end of. This is your tournament. You're either in or you're out, end of. So one of them, they have to pull it out and they have to do the best.
People are expecting massive things from Paps after qualifying for both FUT Champions Cups. He qualified for the first event unbeaten, didn't drop a game in qualifying. Went out 1-3 2 weeks ago. He's got an opportunity to potentially redeem himself a little bit and maybe get through to that 5th round of Swiss where he could go through.
Now, do you feel like what happened to him last time a few weeks ago is now in the back of his mind that he could go 1-3 again and kind of here we go again kind of mentality?
Yeah, 100%. I think if you look, he's not had the most experience at events, and I think in moments like this, if you were going to say who would you rather put your money on to go through, either Joxan or Paps, they're exactly the same position. For me, I'd be going towards Joxan. He's had the experience, he's been at events, he knows how to deal with this pressure, and I think it's going to be tough, that game, Paps against Fiddle. It's going to be a very, very tough game for him.
Anything that you see? Maybe it's the opposite, right? He was 1-2 last tournament. He ended up losing that game. Maybe he can lean on that, and that can be a positive. Maybe we can spin this in a positive way.
Yeah, and that's what I think. It's to do with the mindset. We talked about this all season long last season, and again, it's the exact same. Do you get up? It's fight or flight, or do you get knocked out? Do you go, do you know what, I'm in this position, I can't help it, I either lose the game and go home, or actually I fight for this because I'm good enough. I'm here for a reason, I've qualified, I want to show the world exactly what I can do, and I want to come up against the best, and I've got to beat the best to do that.
I always wonder when you're 1-2, because I don't know exactly what I would do unless I was in this situation, about whether you change your tactics or not. Do you change what you kind of got you to this point, or do you tinker a little bit because you have to adapt to maybe your opponent? It's tough. It's a fine line, I think.
I think it's all about how you got to the 1-2 as well. I think if you're 0-2, you change tactics, then you win that 3rd game, then you've got to stick with it. If you win your 1st game, then lose 2, you win. You've lost 2 in a row, so then do you change? It's a very fine line, as you're alluding to. I think if you've changed tactics and you're at 1-2 right now, you've got to stick with it. You've got to continue with those change tactics, and hopefully that can pull you through.
Okay, predictions. Who's your horse? Fiddle or Paps? Who are you putting your saddle on?
I'm going to say Paps. I think that actually we've talked about him quite a bit, and actually I'm saying, yeah, he's going to do it. He's going to go through to a beat Fiddle.
Okay.
Confident.
All right. You got Paps? Who do you got?
It's tough. I think I would sway towards Fiddle.
That's why I like you for
Confident,
losing, Richard.
Fiddle.
North America, baby. All day, every day. NA. I'm going to go with Fiddle as well. I think he's going to do the business. But now it's time to throw it over to our casters, not to get their predictions. I just want to see their beautiful faces. Guys, what's up?
Hi, Jimmy. Very good.
How you doing? Looking good.
Is that good?
Yeah, model shots for you guys.
Thank you.
So Mark and Dan
Try my
going to
best.
call this game. A lot at stake here with elimination on the line.
Yes, it is indeed, Jimmy. Elimination, and this is crunch time for both these players, Dan. They haven't had the best of records, which is why they're in the position. But perhaps it's a bit of a surprise for me, because coming into this tournament, he was kind of one of those players who seemed to be in a little bit of form, from what I can see.
Yeah, it is a surprise, Jimmy. Thank you. We'll let you go if you
Okay, all right, guys. Take it away. I'll see you later.
Almost felt like he was eavesdropping a little bit on our conversations. It made me feel slightly uncomfortable just seeing his face there. But yeah, Paps versus Fiddle is going to be an interesting one. Like, one of these is going home, and they are two solid players. North American players have struggled at times, and Fiddle certainly hasn't had the tournament that maybe he would want at a big event. So this is a real chance for him to carry on through the Swiss phase and try and show what he's made of.
Yeah, he's going to have to pull out a special performance here, though, because it is a case now not just of an elimination game for the two players, but potentially two elimination games. They win one here, and they've got to go on. They've got to win another one just to give themselves an opportunity of making it through Swiss. 1 and 2, the record, meaning that it's going to be a case of, as I say, not just winning one game, it's going to be two, and it's going to be Bundle Paps versus FCC Fiddle.
Paps, of course, who is able to qualify for FUT Champions Cup 1 as well. We've been seeing his name pop up here or there, but can he get that extra step further? Can we see him get into the knockout stages? As we are going to be having Paps going from left to right in the blue, and then Fiddle from right to left in the white.
So 1 and 2, the record of these two. North America versus the UK. I'm expecting a very cagey affair here, Dan, just because of the situation, just because of what is on the line for these two players. First event of the year for Paps and Fiddle, I believe, as well. So they're both going to want to progress through the Swiss stages. And early on there, it's going to be Fiddle who manages to pick the ball up in a high position on the pitch. Interesting, Grinch has started for him as well. We are starting to see more and more of him creep into a few starting lineups.
Yeah, I think ever since Tex used him at the last event, he almost popularised him. It's quite interesting, really. Both of these players, they went and they struggled in their opening games. Then they played, like, I'd say, their best player. Recent one, Paps lost to Tuga 2-1. Fiddle lost to Stokes 5-1. And they are two huge names in FIFA. And that's why they find themselves in this situation, because they came up against the big boys. But arguably, they could have had some better results against players that maybe aren't in that upper echelon of FIFA players. So that's why they kind of have to get a result here now. Otherwise, they'll be eliminated.
Well, Paps had a chance to really do some damage in the final third. Didn't look too creative and sort of a little heel to heel, maybe just looking to pull a defender out of place, but couldn't do so. And now he's won the ball back in a decent position, still managed to keep possession inside his opponent's half here. As Carlos Alberto turns away from his man, that was Roberto Carlos actually in that position, meaning that there is going to be a little bit of space in behind as Patrick Vieira now goes across to Ruud Gullit. You'll see that slow, methodical play. It's like a 4-2 being employed here by Fiddle. You see those two men up front and those two central defensive midfielders, and Grinch is actually going to become the pitcher as he brings that ball back. Steals it off the toe of his opponent and starts the counter-attack now for Fiddle.
Garincha the pincher, that could start to be a little bit of a rhyme. With Fiddle having to recycle play just because he got caught off by Paps there. Paps just bringing defenders across to ensure there wasn't any easy space. And even Eusebio tracking back, but let's have a little bit of a heavy challenge on Gullit. It's going to be a free kick.
So now from the free kick, is there the opportunity to maybe go for goal? Looks like it will be taken short. A couple of runners set up to maybe pull those players away, and you can already see that Paps has split that wall, meaning that he isn't expecting a direct shot to be taken, and he's predicted that right as the ball is now laid off to Eusebio, and Fiddle takes a bit of a pop shot from distance there, but never a bad idea to try and test the goalkeeper early on. But now Pele, look at the space he's got in behind. And just to get away from his man, he was just eating up the yards. Now Dillian goes back inside to try and carve more of a clear-cut opportunity, and it's going to be R9 Ronaldo! Machine turns it around for a corner.